we're talking about Donald Trump because we're standing by the Donald Trump star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Did you have something that you wanted to say about Donald Trump in particular?
Yeah, well, blow the trumpets. That's all I can say. Do your homework. Blow the trumpets. You'll understand what that means. It's something biblical. Do your research, do your work, and you'll understand. Short and sweet. Blow the trumpet. When he's talking about making America great again, people are missing it. Don't listen to his words or the antics. Look at what he's suggesting. Suggesting bring the jobs back. Suggesting keep the wealth here. Suggesting stop giving away America. Stop selling America off. You got to do your research.
Americans know that in a world where others seek conquest and domination, our nation must be strong in wealth, in might, and in spirit.
Are you saying that Trump has giant balls?
Yeah, I am.
That's kind of what I thought you were saying. So we're here on Hollywood Boulevard. Patriot Prayer is here. Special correspondent on That's the Point.
Puerto Rican.
2 partial Puerto Ricans and a partial Japanese. And guess what?
I'm more than partial.
And we are still for liberty and freedom and Jesus and the Constitution. Believe it or not, we're still for all of that. So we're going to try to get some people to talk about what they love or hate about Trump. We're going to get some people to talk about free prayers if they need a prayer. We're going to pray for them.
That's right, baby. 2020.
Trump, what you got to say about this?
2020.
Since we were here last time, I see extra schmeg on the star. There's a lot of pockmarks here. There's a lot of damage to the star. But then you have Kevin Spacey's star right here.
Help! I've escaped from Kevin Spacey's basement. Help me!
Perfect. No damage. Couple cracks from, the foundation moving, but other than that, pedophiles are perfectly fine. Alleged
Boy, when you stick it in.
pedophiles. Totally fine. Donald Trump, beat the crap out of him.
He's my puppet.
Would you like to talk about him? Come over here.
One thing I want to speak about is, I saw something on the news, under the news document on Google, that really put me to a thumbs down with the whole Trump deal. Usually I'm not one to judge someone, but when someone's blaming a community for something that he has control of.
Like what in particular? What's your name, by the way?
My name is Adam John Worley, an activist on homeless equality and a rapper. I moved out here to the streets for my girl because she's homeless.
Okay, noble cause.
And I've recently been looking up the news and everything, keeping up with the Trump documents and everything. And the one thing he states is that he's trying to make America great again, but this nation itself is built on immigration. Alone, every ethnicity background that is here besides Native American heritage has immigrated here from one nation or another. I get it, he's trying to limit their damage to our supplies, but there's other ways to go about it.
How is he trying to limit their damage to our supplies, like what you just said?
The jobs, the work. He's trying to limit the income on how the immigrations move over here.
Are you saying that he's trying to filter immigration, not allow as many? Okay. So how many immigrants do you think per year our country can sustain?
I'd say let in maybe a couple hundred, do it like, honestly, America is a lot more than what we think it is. This nation is originally land of the free, home of the dreams. To cut off all the people who come in is...
But wait, is he cutting off all the people who come in, or is he just trying to say, let's vet the people who are coming in and make sure that they're actually refugees?
Honestly, at this point, I can't really say. I've tried to watch and everything, but my hopes for it went down the drain after I've been watching. One thing I can say, though, is this current thing about punish the homeless, punish the LA for its homeless problem, for the mass majority of the homeless that end up here, that I gotta put a thumbs down on. The homeless should not be punished or incarcerated within any confined facility for something that they cannot help. A lot of these people...
Yeah.
Who's deported more, Obama or Trump?
At this point, it's both head to head. I'm not a favoritism of either. I'm just a real person speaking out against the truth.
So are you against borders?
Somewhat, I guess you could say that. I'm against the...
Deporting people.
No.
So you're against borders?
I'm against borders because no borders.
Okay.
This nation is built on immigration, as I've stated.
So anyone should come across, right? Anyone?
If anyone with a good cause, this nation is built...
Not anyone. So you want borders. You just want to decide who can come across and who can't.
I want borders that are made for a safe environment, you know, like not to limit family that want to find a good wager in working.
Okay. You're like Trump.
Like my beloved country, each nation represented in this hall has a cherished history, culture, and heritage that is worth defending and celebrating, and which gives us our singular potential and strength.
I mean, I think that he believes that people should be vetted and we should allow a certain amount of people in for a certain amount of causes, not just floods of every single person in from everywhere they want to come in from.
I believe in controlling, and I believe in, I believe in the American dream.
That is why the United States vigorously defends the traditions and customs that have made us who we are.
The reason why I say I differentiate myself from Trump is because his intentions are pure-hearted, but he takes too quick of action.
So you believe he does have good intentions?
I see it a little bit in there. It's hard whenever he's over here wagered by people about doing the wrong thing, when in all reality it's about how you view it.
As the elected leader of a nation that prizes liberty, independence, and self-government above all.
I'm not going to say I'm a supporter, but I'm a realist. I speak the truth, and I just, I say what I see.
The free world must embrace its national foundations. It must not attempt to erase them or replace them.
He tends to, want to do good. The way he goes about it, though, under pressure, he's not full-on a direct leader.
Truth is plain to see. If you want freedom, take pride in your country.
You think he has a knee-jerk reaction?
Yeah, it's a quick knee-jerk reaction that causes him to step forward a little bit more than needed. For example, with the like what I was speaking about, the border and the whole LA homeless crisis deal, all of that could be sorted out and reasoned.
Quote, the president has taken notice of the homelessness crisis, particularly in cities and states where the liberal policies of overregulation, excessive taxation, and poor public service delivery are combining to dramatically increase poverty.
Under a reasonable cause. It could all be settled out to where, all right, so this has to be done this way. That's got to be done that way instead of...
And I'll tell you what's happening. The state leadership is failing the people. But Californians, well, I got to tell you, there is hope on the horizon because the Trump administration is preparing a sweeping plan to get the homeless off the streets of Los Angeles and other cities.
Or maybe Trump is tired of California's bullshit. Maybe. Maybe Trump is tired of California creating so many problems for itself, and I believe he's actually trying to tell California, listen, you've created a lot of problems for yourself, and I'm a native Californian, I've lived here my whole life. You've created a lot of problems for yourself, you handle it. Maybe he's trying to do that. Maybe he's trying to call California's bluff, you can't create all these problems in California and then just all of a sudden ask for federal aid. If you're going to create all these problems, maybe you should have solutions to all these problems.
It's all part of the president's push to renew urban America. It's music to our ears, and even places, by the way, that didn't vote for him.
Even without the problem, the fact is the homeless, when they legalize weed up here, and when they try to create a safe haven for every group, California is the only state I've known so far that's been trying to do that. I could say I've been to Texas and Arkansas. Neither of them have done that. I have friends all over who have, who are homeless, who are all over from here to there. No other state out there is doing what California is trying to do. And I got to give California credit for trying to do the impossible in a nation where it should be possible.
We have not seen conditions for humans like this since medieval times, period, and that's a fact.
My name's Lame Duck G on YouTube.
Lame Duck G.
Yeah, I may be preaching the choir here, but I live in LA, so I see the homeless like crisis firsthand, and I've seen it progress over the years because I lived here back in like say 2012, and it's been so much worse. Like there's certain streets around here in Hollywood you can't even walk because there's homeless tent camps all over the place, and like there's drug needles on the ground, there's trash on the ground. These people, those homeless people, they're not nice people.
For 1,000 registered sex offenders on the streets of Skid Row.
They're like, you know, they yell at you, they threaten to rob you. Like, these are not people that you want around. So like, honestly, like, I don't know, I agree with him. Something needs to be done about this homeless situation.
Tuberculosis is exploding, non-tuberculous acid-fast bacilli exploding, and then the rat-borne illnesses, plague and typhus. And then we had typhoid fever last week. Even I didn't think that, I missed that. I mean, so typhoid fever means, oh, now we have oral fecal contamination, so that's gonna mean parasites and cholera. Here we go, everybody. Just everything you found in your history books, we got it.
One thing I thought of that would be good, employ the homeless to clean up, you know, the streets. Like, they'll make money.
It's a great idea. I mean, teach a man to fish, right?
Yeah, because I actually did some volunteer work, you know, cleaning some of this up, and I've seen some of these homeless people, they clean already the street. They're not getting paid for it, so pay them to do it. Some of them actually want to do it. They want to clean this place up. And like some of the other ones that are just like, you know, camping out on the streets, that's got to go. That has got to go, because that's the problem. That's why this place is so dirty.
He says that bubonic plague, Black Death as it was known, which killed 25 million people over a 5-year period in the Middle Ages, is likely already present in LA. It is caused by fleas biting rats and spreading it to humans, and an army of rats, millions strong, has overthrown Los Angeles. They have infested City Hall. The LAPD station in downtown LA was fined by the state for rodent infestation. 2 employees have been infected by typhus. Cops have been diagnosed with typhoid fever, hepatitis A, and staph.
So do you think Trump is trying to force California's hand and just kind of making them lie in their own bed? Is that what you think that he's trying to do right now?
I don't know what he's doing, because I didn't hear the exact quote of what he said, but I'm sure he acknowledges that there's a really bad homeless problem here and something has to be done. We need...
Homelessness is exploding here, up 16% in 1 year. 36,000 wandering the streets of Los Angeles, 59,000 in LA County.
A lot of these people, the homeless people, they cannot be allowed to sleep on the streets like overnight, because it is creating so much pollution and disease. There's drug needles literally on the ground, okay? Like, it's bad. Do you want to walk around with drug needles on the ground? Who does? With feces on the ground? Who wants that? Like...
Well, obviously nobody wants that, and I think it sounds like Trump is trying to make California lie in the bed that it's made for itself. That's what it sounds like to me. And I've lived here my whole life, too. It sounds like that's what he's doing?
I don't know what he's doing, but he's got to do something.
You know, this is not about Democrats or Republicans. It's about people who are American citizens.
Do something, Trump. Do something.
And California is a poster child for that. And if you go out there and you see some of those people on the street and you talk to them, you know, many of them simply are not capable of taking care of themselves. And, you know, we have to take some responsibility here. Now, generally, it's the responsibility of the locality, of the city, of the municipality to take care of people. But if that's not happening, you know, it devolves to another level. So if the city and the state are not taking care of it, the federal government is obviously going to have to do something.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Lame Duck G on YouTube, okay?
Thank you for your time. Hi. Oh, sorry. Hey. Are you going for a Donald Trump star? Oh, you did? Did you?
Do you want us to get out of the way so you get just a star, or do you want the flag in the back? If you want whatever.
Do you like Donald Trump?
My kids all for him, so yeah.
All right, cool.
I do believe he has some good points.
We have to find somebody else who wants to talk about this. Donald Trump star. Right there. Oh, you guys want to talk about it. I know you guys want to talk about the Donald Trump star. You guys totally want to talk about the Donald Trump star. What do you think about the fact that there's a lot of damage done to that star? What do you think about that?
I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised? What do you think about it?
It's disrespectful, yeah.
It's disrespectful? I mean, there's Kevin Spacey star right here.
I like to take an interest in my students.
He was gay the whole time.
There's no damage to his star, but he is an alleged pedophile.
I'm a murderer and a rapist.
No damage. Donald Trump, I don't think that he's been an alleged pedophile at this point. But there's a lot of damage to his star. Do you think that's disrespectful? You think that's okay that all these other people on Hollywood Boulevard just like get a free pass, but Donald Trump, who's trying to save our country, gets damaged?
Yeah, I don't agree at all.
You don't agree with that?
No.
That's messed up? Yeah? What do you think about, are you like in general a Donald Trump fan?
I mean, I wouldn't say a fan, but I mean, he's doing his thing, so you gotta let the man do his thing,
If you want democracy, hold on to your sovereignty. And if you want peace, love your nation. Wise leaders always put the good of their own people and their own country first.
So you have respect for his position at least, and the fact that he's trying?
Exactly.
Yeah?
No, I totally agree with him.
The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots.
Were you a supporter before he got elected? Like, did you vote for him?
I didn't, no.
No.
Next time.
Okay, wait, were you old enough to vote for him? When you were, yes. Okay. But you will vote for him in 2020?
Maybe.
Or is there somebody that you think is better that could beat him?
No, not right now.
I mean, free college sounds pretty lit, so I mean, free college sounds pretty lit, so I mean.
Okay, but who's going to pay for that free college?
I don't know, they made promises, I hope they keep them.
But like, do you think somebody has to pay for the free college?
We will raise taxes. Yes, we will.
I mean, yeah, I think so, yeah. I mean.
Who might be the person that would pay for the free college?
The one that's promising it?
The one that's promising it. So Bernie Sanders?
We will raise taxes. Yes, we will.
Wait, so Bernie Sanders is going to pay for your free college?
I hope so.
Bernie Sanders is he's going to reach into his pocketbook and pay for your free college?
I'd hope so, but I mean.
Probably not.
Wait, so Bernie Sanders has enough money, as a guy who's never worked in his life, he has enough money to pay for everybody's free college?
Yeah, you're right, it's too good to be true.
Okay, but you do admit that somebody has to pay for the free college.
That's all you bet.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Like, if it's not Bernie Sanders, who would be paying for that free college?
I mean, hopefully Trump, right?
Nobody.
But Trump's not promising the free college. Wait. Trump, you said, and I'm not arguing with you, I'm just, this is fun, but like, first you said the person who's promising the free college would pay for the free college, so that would bring, Trump never promised free college, but now you say maybe Trump will pay for it.
No, you're right, you got me there.
Okay, I think that the answer is the American working people will end up paying for it. So that would be maybe you after college and maybe your kids or the people that are currently working. Everybody's going to be paying for it somehow with higher taxes maybe.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Are you a fan of higher taxes?
No.
Get you to the 2020 Mondale Democrats, all of whom want to raise your taxes to pay for their big government plans. We've got new analysis showing their new taxes on things like your wealth, a financial transaction tax. By the way, that would hit all retirement accounts, including union pensions, really hard. You also want an extreme new 70% top marginal rate. But all of that would only bring in about $300 billion each year. Wouldn't even cover a third of the current budget deficit.
So then what does that mean if you want free college but you don't want higher taxes?
I'm going to have to pay for it.
Are you saying that free college is bullshit?
Pretty much, yeah.
I think you are. I love you. Hey, this guy has a brain. He doesn't even need to go to college because he has a brain. Don't even worry about college, buddy. It's not about college, let me tell you. It's about who you know, how you network, how you impact the world, and if you make a difference in other people's lives. Okay? That's it. Honestly. Seriously. And all three of you, honestly, you have it in your eyes to make a difference. You're not just closed-minded. You're actually having the conversation. You're actually thinking. You're not just arguing to argue. You're actually making valid points and you're getting it. So it's like the three of you are like, seriously, the future that I want to see in this country. Okay, so you saw us in line talking about Trump, or we're standing in front of the Trump star. Are you, in general, a fan of President Trump?
I guess that's kind of a hard question. I know that he does like a lot for us, for the country. Like he actually is one of the presidents who puts things into play. And he doesn't offer, everything to be free because that's just like unrealistic.
Are you saying that Trump has giant balls?
Yeah, I am.
That's kind of what I thought you were saying.
It is why we in the United States have embarked on an exciting program of national renewal. In everything we do, we are focused on empowering the dreams and aspirations of our citizens.
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Oh, I actually wasn't old enough to vote at the time.
Oh, you weren't old enough to vote. Do you think you are going to vote for Donald Trump in 2020?
I mean, maybe, probably.
I don't know if I'm going to vote at all. I don't know if I'm going to vote at all.
Where are you from?
I'm from Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago.
Okay, so why do you not want to vote at all? Are you disenchanted with the entire system at this point?
Pretty much.
What about it are you disenchanted with?
I don't know. The other candidates are just not good in my opinion. But it's like, I don't know.
So the other candidates are not good, so why not vote for Trump?
I mean, you might as well vote for Trump because he's already been running the country for, 3.5 years.
Do you think he's doing a pretty good job?
I would say so. He has helped out with stuff. I'm definitely not discrediting him but I just don't know. I don't know. I don't really know like the bad side. Like people talk about like the bad things that he does, and I don't know how realistic all of that is. So it's I don't really have a huge opinion. I guess I don't have reasons to say that he's bad, but just.
So you're not buying into the media frenzy, the people that just hammer him. You're actually wanting real information before you make a decision. Is that how you feel too?
I mean, I would probably vote for him, probably, if I do vote at all, because, I don't know, he gave the military a bunch, a raise and stuff too. It's wasn't much, but it was enough.
Yeah, he's in the Marines.
And, so it kind of helps me out. I feel like most people in the military maybe are all Trump supporters, yeah.
So,
you're going into the Navy?
Yeah, and he's in the Marines. So he raised our paycheck, so that's pretty good.
So that helps. So far, you think he's doing a good job, and personally, for both of you, personally, he's also helping you financially?
Yeah, it's giving us more money.
I'd say so.
Just for being in the military.
Yeah.
We are also revitalizing our alliances by making it very clear that all of our partners are expected to pay their fair share of the tremendous defense burden which the United States has borne in the past.
How do you feel about the media constantly slamming him and slandering him and going against him for things that may or may not be true?
I think if he could handle his tweets a little better, then it would be a different story. But he just isn't very presidential. I follow him on Twitter, and just some of the things he says, I'm just what the fuck?
Do you think that the fact that he kind of tweets so much makes him a little bit more personable, makes him a little bit more real?
Yeah, you could say that.
So in some ways, he's not like a politician, so maybe that actually helps his cause because he's more like all of us.
Yeah, it's he's just another person, just because of the way that he acts online. Yeah. It's funny.
He does got some balls of steel, though. He really does. I don't know if I was president, I'd be saying shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he just says whatever's on his mind. It's good to know what's on his mind, at least, right?
At the center of our vision for national renewal is an ambitious campaign to reform international trade. For decades, the international trading system has been easily exploited by nations acting in very bad faith. As jobs were outsourced, a small handful grew wealthy at the expense of the middle class. In America, the result was 4.2 million lost manufacturing jobs and $15 trillion in trade deficits over the last quarter century. The United States is now taking that decisive action to end this grave economic injustice. Our goal is simple. We want balanced trade that is both fair and reciprocal.
Do you think also maybe with his tweets and the things that he does, do you think maybe he plays a little bit of chess?
Oh, without a doubt. He's good at it in a way. Yeah.
But it's like he has like the United States behind him, like the best country in the world, honestly. So it's like he kind of can, I guess, if you want to say.
I mean, he got elected in the first place, so I mean, I guess that's a chess game by itself.
Enough people believed in him, and he hasn't been doing a terrible job.
One of the most serious challenges our countries face is the specter of socialism. It's the wrecker of nations and destroyer of societies. Events in Venezuela remind us all that socialism and communism are not about justice. They are not about equality. They are not about lifting up the poor. And they are certainly not about good of the nation. Socialism and communism are about one thing only: power for the ruling class.
Bernie Sanders is promising fucking free everything, and it's like, okay, cool, but where's the money gonna come from for that?
We will raise taxes. Yes, we will.
There's definitely no free anything.
No, no way. Oxygen.
And that still costs money.
You gotta plant a tree.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your opinions. We're talking about Donald Trump because we're standing by the Donald Trump star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Did you have something that you wanted to say about Donald Trump in particular?
Yeah, well, you know, blow the trumpets. That's all I can say. Do your homework. Blow the trumpets. You'll understand what that means. It's something biblical. Do your research, do your work, and you'll understand. Short and sweet. Blow the trumpets.
Are you talking about the prophecies of Mark Taylor?
I'm talking about something. They got to do their research. When people talk too much, and where I'm from, you'll get shot. So I'll just leave it at that.
Where are you from?
I'm from Compton.
Okay, not too far from here. So are you a Trump supporter, or is this a cryptic message?
Well, I support all human beings, whether they're good or bad, because we need both. Without a battery in a car, without a positive and a negative, it will never go forward. So,
I agree with you. I say those types of things all the time.
Exactly. So go Trump, go.
So do you think he's a little bit of good and a little bit of bad? Or are you saying, okay.
A little bit good, a little bit bad. Who isn't? And if you're pretending not to be, go somewhere else.
That's right.
Right.
It's a real deal right now. AKA Holyfield, Dre.
Hey, I like that.
So yeah, I like to say to people that they need to be connected spiritually and to the earth like a battery, like top and bottom. So I say the same thing to people that you just said right now. But you're talking about from a political standpoint as far as like everybody being a little bit good and a little bit bad. But you think in general that Trump's doing a good job?
I do. Why not? I mean, he's actually, when he's talking about making America great again, people are missing it. Don't listen to his words or the antics. Look at what he's suggesting. Suggesting bring the jobs back. Suggesting keep the wealth here. Suggesting stop giving away America. Stop selling America off. You got to do your research. It's a spirit, and he has a spirit to take charge, and that's what we need back. Just because I'll say Obama, you know, he looked good, but was it really good? Was he really good? What part was he? Was he the 50% good, or was he the 50% bad?
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. We could talk about that all day long, right? Right? Obama's an interesting topic. But as far as Trump is concerned, we get a lot of hate standing here, you know, next to the Trump Hall of Fame star on the Walk of Fame. And do you think that hate towards Trump is justified?
Well, whenever you speak out and maybe you slander somebody, there is some type of justification because we have what we call accountability. So he's accountable for what he says. But if we go deeper, I don't know if the justification would be true or real. Backwards. Thank you guys for your time, though. I appreciate it. It's been lovely.
Thank you, Dre.
One love. God bless.
So you said you're a Trump supporter.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about the fact that his star is it's got all kinds of damage on it?
I think it's disrespectful. It's very disrespectful to our president. You know, again, I hold to the Christian values, and I think further than damaging and causing all these issues, I think we should pray for him. That's my stance on that. So,
Have you been watching the clown show of the Democratic debate?
To be honest, I've only seen the highlights. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really been keeping up a lot with it. I've seen the highlights.
Democrats are obsessed with hoaxes, delusions, and witch hunts. That's what they're obsessed with. That's what they want to do.
How do you feel about Beto O'Rourke saying that he's saying that's right, I am coming for all of your guns, your AR-15s, etc. What do you think about that?
Completely disagree. I think at the end of the day, you're only putting limitations to the good people. So I'm definitely against that.
So you're not for taking away AR-15 rifles from people?
Absolutely not.
Far left radicals in Congress want to take away your voice, your jobs, your rights, and they especially want to take away your guns. You know that. They want to take away your guns. You better get out there and vote.
At the end of the day, I mean, I'm still with it. Like, I'm still with it. Are you guys against it?
No, we're all for the Second Amendment.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah.
But we like to hear people's arguments as to why or why not, because it's important to have the dialogue.
Well, like I said, and you brought the point of Second Amendment. I think we need to stick to our foundation, what we had since the foundation. I think that's what they're ultimately trying to destroy, it's trying to dismantle all the foundation that we already have. So definitely not against that, I'm just for though.
Why do you think they want to take away our Second Amendment rights?
I think it just comes with control over the people, being able to control the people at the end of the day, not being able to defend yourself. So it comes with a lot of that.
Just control? Yeah, how come you think it's only the Democrats?
I mean, the Democrats themselves, we already know, it's just an agenda that they're following through, They're trying to just take control over society, over the American people, manipulating them in all kinds of ways to gain power at the end of the day, especially with this whole socialism stuff. It's definitely not good. I don't know why anybody would support that, honestly. You probably don't understand socialism.
I don't want to understand socialism. Well, I do. I've seen it, and I've seen that it does not work. So, I don't really want to bring that to the States. I want to keep our republic a republic the way it is, and I would like our Second Amendment very much.
Free market, I'm a business owner. I love the free market. So,
what kind of business do you own?
It's a mobile coffee truck, actually, out there in Phoenix, Arizona.
Mobile coffee?
Absolutely, yeah, it's amazing. So, based on that and understanding, it's genius. I love it. Socialism, though, definitely not a good thing. I think it's going to backfire. It's going to cause a lot of issues.
You better get out there and vote.
Stay faithful to the word. That's all,
Amen, brother. All right. God bless.
Take care.